Hello, so I decided to do a top 10 list of each of my favorite video games. You know, everybody's got their opinion, everybody's gonna throw out, something, uh, related to their favorite video games. So I decided, it would be a good idea to kind of do video on those games. So, first off is Call of Duty Black Ops. Black Ops has a decent but kind of short campaign mode. Like, I thought the story was really, really good, and I really, really loved the whole numbers thing. I loved the whole Reznov, like, fucking with you, and all this shit, right? Um, let's see. You know, back in my not dorm, my home, uh, I didn't have good Wi-Fi at all, so um, not really, not really the best for multiplayer. And with a game like Black Ops, multiplayer is like one of the big things. But couch multiplayer was one of the big, big things. Like I used to play gun game with my friends. I wanted to kill them afterwards. Like I probably could have committed several work crimes. I was so mad at them sometimes, but um, it is what it is. I did have good memories. And honestly, that's what's important. Zombies, I feel like Call of Duty Black Ops was the best zombies game. It had a lot of just good stuff. Like, for example, it had, the first Dead Ops, which is probably my favorite, Dead Ops Arcade. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? One of, one of my favorite games. You know, I played it for hours on end, especially zombies and especially Dead Ops Arcade. I thought that game was amazing, and with all the little secret things that you could do, just the Easter eggs, I thought that was really really cool. And um, uh, I don't think Activision's really done stuff like that, at least to the extent of Black Ops, since. Um, so it's probably not the best game, but I mean, it left an impact on me through experiences with my friends and zombies and all that. Moving on to ESPN NFL 2K5. It's probably one of my most played sports games, actually. It kind of says something about the state of NFL games whenever, a game from, God, what is it, 16 years ago now? Yeah, it's 16 years. Um, you know, can hold even a candle to the latest Madden. And shit, in most areas, fucking Madden gets beat clean by NFL 2K5. Franchise mode was really deep. I'm sort of kind of football manager guy, out of the park baseball guy, all that. So I really like that. Let's see. First person football, a lot of people I don't think really talk about it. Mostly because it wasn't really that good of a game mode, but I thought it was really really cool. Um, I played it. I play it on occasion still. It's not as great, I would say, as like, um, an actual VR football game. But it's cool for 2004. You know what I mean? Um, I think the VIP profiles were probably one of the best features I've ever seen. Like, you know, sorry, you could just like play against yourself, or you could download like the VIP profile of the best player in the world, and you could try and beat him. I'd imagine it'd be hard as hell to do, but I mean, you could probably do it. But um, other than that, like, not really too much else to talk about it. Talk about. I mean, it's a really good game. Um, Moving on to number 8, Mario Kart Double Dash. I'm gonna be honest, the game feels great to control after like all these years. Like, it's unbelievable in my opinion how good it is to control. If you do some funky stuff with a Dolphin emulator, the game looks amazing. The tracks especially look top tier. I love the battle mode. The battle mode had a lot of, I wouldn't say variety because there weren't really that many tracks, but like they were all kind of cool in their own unique way. I'm gonna be honest, it's probably my second favorite to well, actually no, it's my favorite but Mario Kart DS is close behind. Next up is number 7, Metal Gear Solid, which is a series that you will see a lot on this list. For me, the gameplay felt really, really good coming from the later games because I played the Phantom Pain first, and then I played MGS2, MGS3, and then I played the original Metal Gear Solid. The story was good, but it didn't really tackle like all the deep things like it did with 2 and 3, 5, 4. I mean, the groundwork was there, I think, but it didn't really get into it as much as the later entries, which is okay. I think the soundtrack was amazing. The ending theme, or yeah, I guess the ending theme for MGS1, the best is yet to come, is probably one of my favorite ending themes in gaming. I don't know, there's just something about it that's amazing. The second thing is like it pulled off some really amazing stuff for the PS1, which whew, let me tell you, some of the cinematic shit you can see in that game blows my mind and will probably blow yours. Let's see. Metal Gear Solid 5. It was my first Metal Gear game. I only played Phantom Pain. Haven't really gotten around to playing Ground Zeroes. At this point, I don't think it'll be really that worth it. But who knows? Maybe I'll pick it up one day. The combat felt amazing. It really does feel like the ultimate like stealth action game. Like, I know that's kind of a tried and true, well, not a tried and true, but like a overdone, like, cliche, I guess, where it's like, oh, this game really makes you feel like X thing, but honestly, you feel like you're Venom Snake, and you pull off all this cool shit. You can do just about any approach that you can think of. It's really cool. The radio feature, there wasn't really that much in the way of like original tracks, but the radio had some really good songs that I even listen to this day. Um, the story, I can't. I gotta say the story's probably the weakest out of all the Metal Gears, but I mean it's still decent. And for what flaws that the game has for story, uh, the music and the gameplay, I think, more than make up for it. Honestly, the only thing that I could really ask for, if I don't know, 10, 20 years down the line, MGSV gets a remake, if it ever does, um, put more stuff in the world. The world kind of felt empty, which I guess makes sense for what they were going for, but I don't think it was probably the best way to go about having an open world. Um, all right. So kind of just moving on to the fifth game on this list, WWF No Mercy. I've always had kind of a soft spot for wrestling games. Uh, I mean, I have Fire Pro on my computer right now. Fire Pro Wrestling World. I used to play the WWE 2K games up till like I think 2K18. I'd like to say. I don't know, but no, with WWF No Mercy, it's my favorite wrestling game ever. I played it for hours on end. I had a shitty like smartphone that you got from like Dollar General or something. Uh, could barely run N64 games, but I played the hell out of you know, WWF No Mercy. When I watched the CPU matches, they kind of felt like actually real. Compared to Fire Pro, WWF No Mercy has probably more fluid combat than Fire Pro. Like, I think that Fire Pro's combat is realistic, to a point, but eh, I just didn't really have that much fun watching Fire Pro matches compared to like No Mercy matches. All right, moving on to the fourth game on this list, Persona 4. I played this over the summer and it blew my mind. It was great. Uh, so I gotta say the music was amazing. I love just about every single song on the game, in the game. Um, Probably my favorite track is the Heaven theme, uh, or Heartache Heartbreak. Both are pretty good. The story I felt was really really great. I loved the lighter tone of it. There's definitely like um, really good messages, really positive messages in the game, and I like that. The combat felt satisfying, and this goes for like all Mega 10 games. I love the press turn system with all my heart and soul. It's great. I love it. Um, Persona 4 kind of made me leave the game after I beat it with a feeling of like, that was some good shit. Like, I like that. It didn't really make me emotional as it was more just like, wow, that was really cool. And that was a good experience. I like that. That's pretty much it for Persona 4. Moving on to Metal Gear Solid 2. I gotta say, the story really made me think about like things, and I feel like especially with how everything is right now in the world, it's definitely still relevant to this day. Um, I think people should definitely play it. I'll say this: the music was pretty good. Didn't really like the music as much as like MGS3, but I think definitely it can hold its own. Um, honestly, the ending theme is probably one of the most unexpected uses of jazz music in my that I've seen in my life. Don't get me wrong, it's a good song and I like it, but it just kind of like caught me off guard a little bit. All right, this is going to be a spoiler, so fast forward a little bit. Don't know what the timestamp will be. Probably the actually being an AI twist was probably one of my favorite twists in any form of media ever. That it caught me off guard, and I gotta say, it does a damn good job of like being completely out of left field. Uh, and I liked it. It was good. The gameplay I felt like was sort of bad, but oh my god, the gameplay, man. The gameplay just felt really, really awkward and weird, and I just don't like it. I don't like it. But you know, the music and you know the story more than makes up for it. Like 5. All right, so moving on to the second game on this list. So, Fire Emblem Path of Radiance was another game, along with NFL 2K5 and Persona 4. I played a lot over the summer. The music was good. Definitely not my favorite soundtrack out of all these. That's MGS3. The game I felt was long, but the story and gameplay kept me engaged. Can't really say the same about Radiant Dawn. Yeah, I get it. Like, it's whatever, but like, I felt like the gameplay was just, I didn't really like it. Yeah, probably the best world building in the series, in my opinion. They really do a good job of like building up this continent. You know, each country's like culture and like norms and all that, and that's really cool. You didn't really see that in some of the more modern games like Fates. Is a big example of that, and Awakening didn't really build on the world as much as I thought it would. Three Houses I haven't played, so I can't really voice my opinion on that game. Let's see. I loved Ike. He was probably one of my favorite lords in Fire Emblem. Dude was just kind of like a down to earth guy. He wasn't like this like prim and proper king or queen or prince or princess. He was just a dude, and that's cool. Character development is another thing that this game does really well. So there's this character called Jill, and she's gonna be my example. She has this support with Leith. I believe it's pronounced. So Jill is from the enemy country. The name slips my mind, but you know she hates the Lagoos. And Leith is from Gallia, which is one of the Lagoos exclusive countries. So they both join Ike's army. So in their supports, like Jill's trying to figure out why, you know, the Lagoos and the orcs or humans hate each other. And it's really just kind of cool to see how she kind of like develops her character in that way. And I think if Fire Emblem did that more, that would be amazing. Alright, well, this is the last game on the list. Metal Gear Solid 3. First off, the gameplay improved by miles from 2. There's just a lot of details and just better level design that went into Metal Gear Solid 3, in my opinion. It just felt fun to control. Let's see. Snake Eater is one of the most iconic, like, themes in gaming. And rightfully so. Like, holy hell. Can you make a better spy theme without being associated with James Bond? Like, wow. One of the coolest things. I think the rest of the tracks work great. I liked Ocelot's battle theme, which I listen to that like whenever I'm working out because it's just that epic. Let's see. So I love the Vulcan boss fights. I thought they kind of brought some new stuff to the table. I just like them, especially with like Vulcan only being a CQC guy. I gotta say the chemistry between like Ocelot and Snake was kind of cool. It was just kind of like two rivals fighting it out. Not really killing each other, but like kind of just beating the crap out of each other. Kind of segueing into bosses. The boss fights in that game are some of the best in gaming. Like, I think they're probably the best in gaming. I like the bosses. The fight with the boss. The boss had like some really cool emotional shit. Like Snake Eater, once you get down to like the last few minutes of the fight, because there's like a time limit, it'll start playing Snake Eater, and oh my god, it is so good. Ah, man. Then you got like the end, which I thought was kind of one of the cooler boss fights that I've seen, because like there's multiple ways you can kill him. You can kill him before the fight even begins. I think there's like a scene where he gets wheeled outside like for like a minute or so, and you gotta try to kill him. Then there's the actual boss fight where you can either like just wait a couple days for like him to die, and then there's you could just kill him the normal way. I always thought that was cool. Let's see. It's probably one of the only games to actually make me cry. Usually, actually almost always, I never get emotional over like media. But that game, wow. Whenever the twist happens at the end, and you realize what exactly you just did, damn it, it just fucks you up. And the ending theme, Way to Fall, is probably one of the best accidents to actually ever happen, because apparently Hideo Kojima misheard what band one of the people working on the game wanted him to look up. So it was by complete accident that, you know, this UK band got a song in one of the most iconic video games of all time, and my favorite video game. Hey, sometimes, you know, that's just luck. And luck, Lady Luck, either loves you or she wants you to fucking die. That's it, and it is what it is. So, hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you liked it, highly doubt you did, but, you know, if you liked it, like the video, leave a comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys, in the next video.